Hey everyone, I'm here with a quick video on Diddy. Was Fort Dix out here in New Jersey a good thing? Because I'm in New Jersey, everybody. Is it a good thing for Diddy or was it a bad thing? We heard little sprinklings the other week, and Diddy claimed it wasn't true, that he participated in, having a little bit of moonshine. Moonshine is the homemade alcohol that is said to be made behind bars in prison, in jail, or whatever, right? So that the inmates can every now and then have a little fun and, I guess, toast it up. Well, now it's being alleged that he participated in making three-way phone calls. And what that means is, you call Diva and then you told Diva, call my son for me or call this one for me. Because, sometimes there are people when they're behind bars that they're not supposed to engage with or have conversations with. So they avoid that by calling Diva and then tell Diva to call the person that they're not supposed to be talking to. And you put it on speaker and everybody's talking. So they're alleging that Diddy was involved in some three-way phone calls, and I'm sure we're going to get a message soon that that didn't happen and it ain't so. So let's share screen and get more into this story. So Diddy, don't call me, maybe. Alleged three-way call violates prison rules. Now, because a lot of people love to say, I know that people hate TMZ. I use a lot of TMZ articles, even when I see that other publications have the same information, because TMZ articles are they quick, sweet, and to the point, right? Some of the other ones, they drag it out, then they add old information to it or whatever. But when I see these things in TMZ, they're not the only ones that have it. This has been on CBS, okay, News, NBC. There are a lot of other publications mentioning these same alleged three-way phone calls, right? Because people love to come in the comments and say, Diva, TMZ hates Diddy, they're liars, they make stuff up. All right, you can say that, and I have to let the people know that there's about 5 to 6 other publications that are saying the same thing. So Sean Diddy Combs hasn't been at New Jersey prison Dix for very long, but he's already facing possible punishment for breaking the rules, according to a new report. CBS News obtained prison documents that outline Diddy's first days at FCI Fort Dix, along with his mugshot that shows his name and inmate number. Diddy is serving a 4-year prison term after his federal conviction for transporting male escorts across state lines for the purpose of engaging in sex. The music mogul was transferred from Brooklyn's Metropolitan Detention Center to Fort Dix on October the 30th. So that's his prison number, and that's his mugshot. Listen, I would die if I had a mugshot. Now, the guy from that was in the Metropolitan Detention Center out there with New York. His name is Raymond. His last name is slipping my mind right now, but he did an interview with another YouTuber, Sean G, I believe his name is. And, he said that, Diddy it was working out over there at the Metropolitan Detention Center. I will say that this photo, because it you can't really tell, but it looked like he perhaps have a little, when you do a lot of push-up, you get that little shoulder thing going on. It looked like he might have a little shoulder thing going on there. So maybe he is working out. I don't know. According to the CBS News documents, Diddy has already run afoul of prison rules just a few days into his incarceration at Fort Dix. Diddy reportedly made a 3-person call to discuss issuing a statement to the New York Times, but ended up in violation of the Bureau of Prisons rules. BOP guidelines bars inmates from adding multiple people to phone calls for fear inmates could use them to coordinate criminal activity. Because I was going to say, I wonder what the big deal is, but now we know. During the November 3rd call, Diddy reportedly spoke with an unnamed woman about getting in touch with the digital person about blogs. Then Diddy allegedly discussed arranging weekend visit with loved ones. Recommended they bring 200 singles. What is meaning money? Prison rules prevent visitors from coming into the facility with cash, but coins are allowed for the vending machines. Okay, well then that's not good. After the two were done talking visitation, the woman reportedly added a third party to the call, an unidentified man, in violation of prison regulations. According to the docs, Diddy later told prison officials that he was chatting with his female lawyer, who added his PR guy to the call to draft a statement to be sent to the New York Times after he approved it. Diddy denied he was discussing blogs and provided no reason why he would want to issue a statement to the New York Times. In addition, Diddy claimed he was uninformed about the third-party phone call regulations, but prison officials still recommended he lose 90 days of phone privileges and 90 days of commissary privileges. Ooh, that's nasty. 90 days is 3 months, right? According to the CBS News, prison officials filed the ruling November 4th. CBS News says, but it's unclear what the outcome was. CBS News also reported Diddy is now employed as a chaplain assistant at Fort Dix, which is considered a much bigger gig than other prison jobs. Typically, inmates who work in the chaplain clean the office, preserve the library, and do record keeping. It was earlier reported Diddy was working laundry duties at the facility. What's more, CBS News says Diddy is receiving extensive drug treatment through the Residential Drug Abuse Treatment Program, RDAP unit. According to the BOP, inmates who participate in the RDAP program can get their sentences reduced by up to 1 year. Let's dissect this. He should have known about the three-way phone call rules, because those same rules exist at the Metropolitan Detention Center out there in Brooklyn, and he's been in Brooklyn long enough to know the rules. And just because you're in a lower security prison doesn't mean the rules that don't exist. And if so, you should have asked. And if you were speaking to your lawyer, if your lawyer don't know the rules, then shame on your lawyer for saying, I'm just going to add this third person to the call. If you had to ask me overall, do I think this happened? If CBS got the report, I'm saying yes, it did. And if you were speaking to the lawyer, again, the lawyer should know I can't come there with no 200 singles, because it's not allowed. And I think everything when it comes to these facilities, you got to put money. I'm using maybe movie terms and street terms. You got to put money on the book, so to speak. You can't just be handing them money. Listen, and I know a few people that was in jail. I thought that you could just send money in the mail when you write to them. That's a negative. They wrote me back. They sent back my money, and they told me that's a violation. And I was like, woo! I ain't know. Don't come locking me up. There's a way to send them money and to do the money and to get the money, and you got to follow the rules. And all I can say is he's been there long enough to know. And when you get there, I'm sure they must, take your little picture here, your mug shot, and they give you the rules. Shame on Diddy. Do I think this happened? Absolutely. And if y'all follow me long enough, y'all know I've been 100% fair in this whole situation in case with Diddy, because I told y'all from the beginning it was a circus. But what he needs to understand is, I promise you, he needs a publicist, even though he's locked up. He needs a publicist. He needs someone who is familiar with, y'all got to give me the name. The name is slipping my mind right. I'm going to call it an image consulting, for lack of a better word. But you need to have somebody coming to speak to him every week on how to keep his image good and clean while he's there. Fly under the radar. Don't break a rule. Listen, guys, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe. Hit the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. Everybody, thanks for watching. He has got to know the people are looking at him through a microscope. Why? Because they want to see you fail. Why give them anything that's going to help them prove their point? And you push for this early appeal, you got it, and now all of this little stuff is coming out. Diddy and his people need to help him ring this in and get it together. Like I said, guys, Chat with me. I'll chat back. Let me know your thoughts on this story. Hit the like button, and I'll see you in the next video.